How to get a bachelor's degree in less than a year. My name is Spencer, and I got my bachelor's degree at 19 using WGU and ACE platforms like study.com. So essentially, my journey started in high school. In Washington State, we had this program called Running Start, where you can essentially do 2 years of community college at the start of your junior year. So junior year, senior year, I was at the community college full time instead of high school. So I graduated with my associate's degree, which was, of course, was a amazing head start. But after that, I didn't want to go to a traditional university after that to go into a bunch of debt because community college was a lot more affordable, especially with the Running Start program. So I was looking at some of these prices for tuition. I'm like, no way. So essentially, I just decided to not do college at the time. I got a job at a restaurant. I kind of just took kind of a gap year, if that's what you would call it, just working, saving up money. And eventually my brother actually decided to go the WGU route and the study.com route. And he told me about it, which I'm forever grateful for. So he got his degree at WGU and then got a great job after. And that's kind of when he introduced me to the idea. Because I think he was kind of in the same path of, I don't want to spend a bunch of money in college. I don't even want to go to college because how expensive it is. So he showed me this path. He was like, hey, study.com exists. You can knock out classes for near $99 a month, $95 a month, get college credits done, and then transfer them in to this online college. And me personally, I already knew I was decent at school with the associate's degree. I had that experience of college. So I was like, okay, what do I have to lose? This college saver plan is around $95 a month. I'm gonna try knocking out some credits, see where it takes me. If it doesn't work out, then it doesn't work out. At least I'm not, $100,000 of debt like some people can be doing the traditional college route. So I gave it a try. And I knocked out like 7 classes in 1 month. I was mind blown. That's around 21 credits, I believe. And the momentum just gets you. You just start, you get these classes done, you see them on a transcript, and you're just like, I want to keep going. I want to transfer this into a college. I want to get this done. I want to get my bachelor's degree done. And you get revved up. Let me real quick though, explain the specifics around these platforms. So how it works. Let's just for the sake of this video, WGU, since I experienced it. But again, there's other great schools like SNHU, UMPI. But for WGU, you essentially, what I would do first, I would apply, tell them you plan on using study.com. And then you kind of get your name in the system at WGU. And then you sign up for study.com. You also have to make sure you're taking the right classes, of course. Some people I've seen on Reddit just taking a bunch of classes, hoping it'll transfer. I would not suggest that. That'll waste a lot of time. Go to the partners page at WGU and find your certain major. It'll show you what classes to take. Study.com also has a great course collection feature for the general education classes you have to take for certain majors, or just for, it transfers over to most of the majors like at schools like WGU. So study.com has great resources for that as well. So once you find what classes to take, again, you start taking them. Another thing to note for WGU, an advisor is gonna want you to set a start date. Make sure to push that start date back to give yourself time to finish these classes. You must submit the transcripts for these classes at least 1 month before your set start date. So push it back. You can always push it sooner if you finish quicker than you expect, but push it back to be safe. Get as much knocked out. So for WGU, it's around 75%. That's the max you can transfer in. So you can get 75% done on study.com for certain degrees at WGU. Again, some degrees, this varies by major. Cybersecurity is a lot less transferable. It's around 40 to 50% you can do on study.com. But business management and communications, for example, goes up more. It's 60 to 70, a lot more transferable. It's also a common question, why not just do these classes at WGU? And the answer is you're knocking out these classes for way cheaper. And again, WGU, UMPI is already a very affordable college option, but still, knocking these classes out will save you a bunch of money. For example, a 6-month term at WGU is around 38 to I think 4,500, depending on the major. It can go up for nursing, for example, but for business degrees, it's usually around 3,800 to 4,000. So that's for a 6-month term. If you save all your classes to take for those 6-month terms, you're gonna take a lot more than one term. You might take, 3 to 5 terms, a lot more money spent. If you knock out, let's say, 60% of your degree on study.com and you only leave 40% for WGU, it's possible you only do it in one term. You save a bunch of money. You're only spending around, 3,800 for your one term if you choose a business degree. So overall, it saves you money and time for getting your bachelor's. And that's essentially how you can get it in under a year. You knock out classes on study.com. Again, you can knock out some of these classes quite quickly. Like I said, I got around 7 done in a month. Some people go quicker, some people go slower. It's all your pace. But if you, take a couple months, knocking out the 40, 50, 60% on study.com and then transfer over to WGU and you get that done in a 6-month term, that's less than a year. That's a bachelor's degree in less than a year. Depending on your situation, that's a promotion, that's a salary raise in less than a year. There are also, I would like to note, other ACE platforms in this, whole environment of college hacking is what they call it. There's Sophia Learning, there's Straighterline. Some people juggle between Sophia Learning and study.com. This is because study.com used to be proctored, so people would avoid the proctored exams, go with Sophia Learning, but study.com is no longer proctored. It is fully open book, and you can take as much courses as you can in a given month. So, and also to add, study.com has just way more classes, so you won't have to switch between platforms. You won't have to juggle 2 transcripts, send two transcripts over to your advisor. It's just one transcript. It's all in one paper. It's a lot easier. It's a lot less of a headache to just stick with study.com. That's what I would do. And yes, some people have opinions against online college or online learning. And in my opinion, every major state school has an online program now. Harvard, Penn State, they have online programs now. I think it's just online learning has adapted into our society. And I just think it's a great way to learn, in my opinion. It's obviously going to benefit certain people more. If you have 5 to 10 years of experience, you don't have the bachelor's degree, you just need that bachelor's degree to get past the HR checkbox. This journey is going to work a lot better for you than someone with 0 experience just out of high school. Experience kind of pairs really well with WGU, this kind of process, I would say. But even then, if you don't have a lot of experience, there's certain licensure paths you can take. You can go for an accounting degree, accounting master's, then go for your CPA. Because from what I've heard, your work experience doesn't matter as much once you actually hold that license. That's just my experience. Again, it can vary. But I think most jobs care that you hold that licensure like a CPA, or there's also teaching licenses. WGU has education degrees that you can use study.com, then WGU. Again, a lot of student teaching, but these education degrees, then you can go for your teaching license, which again is a great path to becoming a teacher, of course. And once you get that license, I feel the license itself becomes your qualification. It's no longer how many years of experience you have. Oh, nope, you have that license. We need that license. We need that CPA. We need that teacher's license. There's a whole, supply chain has their certain certifications, tech degrees. It's just, there's a lot of paths you can take. Overall, I hope that all made sense. I know this whole process to someone who's just getting into this, who just clicked on this video, it can be confusing. Drop any questions in the comments. We'll be sure to answer them and subscribe for more. Again, any questions about WGU, study.com, SNHU, UMPI, leave them in the comments and see you later.